Did you hear the commands that Superintendent Pilgrim was issuing?
No, sir.
Well, I'm going to suggest to you that in a loud tone of voice, he was calling on the inmates to exit voluntarily. You would have heard that.
No, sir.
And you didn't hear it because?
Because I didn't hear it. You can't say that.
Well, tell us about the conditions that would have prevented you from hearing that.
Maybe I wasn't there at the time when you were saying that. So I can't hear, and I can't say here when I didn't hear.
So you didn't maintain a visual observation of what was taking place, whether on the tarmac or Capital A?
I was mostly focusing on Capital A, sir.
Try and break down your language to him. He's not a man of letters.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Did you look out your wall? Did you look through the walls or the windows in the old Capitol unit while the fire was raging in New Capitol A?
Yes, sir.
And you mentioned that you were concerned about German, correct?
Yeah, at the time my mind was flashing on him a lot.
And you would have been frantic because you know that he was in that building.
Yes, sir.
Right. Did you at any point in time take your observation off of that unit or take your eyes off of that unit?
Yeah, for a short while, sir.
And what were you doing within that short while that you took your eyes off of observing what was happening in Capitol Block, the new Capitol A?
Was saying to the officers, "I'll open the door. Let us go over there and help the inmates."
And where were the officers that you were speaking to?
They were downstairs in the yard, outside, and then Mr. Crawford ran and come up the step.
Right, but did you notice, we're speaking about a major fire, did you notice any officers in the pen area, in the cage area?
Yeah, there were a few officers down there.
Right, and did you notice any officers along the catwalk or the walkway near to the old Capitol building that straddles the new Capitol building?
They were there before.
Yes, but
after
did you notice?
after the fire escalated,
Right, but
they
did
went
you
down.
notice them at the time as well?
I recall seeing no one there, sir.
Can't recall. Did you observe firefighters there?
Yes, sir, I saw firefighters.
Did you observe the number of equipment that was on the tarmac with the fire department?
No, sir.
Sir, you're telling this panel you did not observe the various
Only
fire hoses?
hoses, but not
Right,
other equipment.
You saw the fire hose?
Yes, sir.
Did you observe at any point a firefighter using an axe to break down the door of the prison of Capitol A?
Hawks? No, sir.
A moment, since you're on. Did you observe firefighters using any other equipment on the door?
Can't recall, sir.
Did you observe the point at which that door opened?
Please repeat yourself, please.
Did you observe the point in time that the door, the western door, that a lot of efforts were invested in, did you observe the point in time that door was opened?
Yes, sir.
Did you know who Mr. Kosher is?
Yes, sir.
What did you observe him at the door?
I was, observing at the door, sir.
What did you observe him doing?
Trying to cut the door.
Right. And you saw the point at which the door opened, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
And what did you see, what did you observe on the part of the firefighters that were there and prison officers?
Repeat yourself again, sir.
Well, let me put it to you differently. Did you observe a firefighter push that door open and started calling out to inmates who remained in that building?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, we have videos that will show that.
Yes, sir.
You didn't observe.
I didn't observe that.
Okay, you saw the door. You saw the door open. You saw when the door was finally cracked and it was opened.
Yes, sir.
And did you observe someone with black clothes push the door open?
No, sir. I can't recall.
You can't recall? So you can't recall whether or not that took place?
No, sir.
And you can't recall whether you heard the firefighters calling out?
No, sir.
Do you recall after the door opened, firefighters were pouring water into the burnt out Capitol Block A? Do you recall that?
I think so, sir.
You saw that. And that would have been before you entered that unit.
No, sir.
Well, you would have been on camera. I'm happy to make arrangements for you to see the video. You would have been on video had you entered prior to the firefighters hosing down that building, wouldn't you? If you said that happened after.
So, I just want to ask you one thing, sir.
No.
Okay, sir. Okay.
If you want an explanation, he'll give you. If you don't understand the question, you don't
Please
ask
repeat
us.
your question.
My question, you agreed that you saw when the door was opened, when Mr. Kosher and the fire department was there and the door was finally opened. You agree with that? You couldn't recall whether or not you saw the firefighters push the door open? Correct?
Yes, sir.
And you couldn't recall whether or not you heard the firefighters made a call out?
Yes, sir.
And then I put it to you that after the firefighters made a call out and there was no answer, the firefighters continued to spray through the door water into the living unit of Capitol Block A.
Can't recall that, sir.
You can't recall that. And I'm going to suggest to you at that point, shortly after that point, you and other inmates entered that living unit and began assisting in rescue and recovery operations.
Well, I could recall going in the building and helping, but
All right, so you recall that. Well, let's talk about that. You would agree very fairly that a rescue and recovery operation was a joint effort with inmates who were bringing the injured out and officers and members of the joint services. You would agree with that?
yes, sir.
You would agree as well that there was a triage or a system set up so that some of the injured you all were directed to take straight to the medical unit or the medical staff that would care for them immediately? You remember some inmates who had a minor injury was directed to the medics and those staff that were on scene? All right, hear what?
No, I understand your question, sir, but trying to flash my mind back on it there.
I see.
What's your recall kind prisoner city fund gave?
Right, but you recall that there was a system internal. I'm going to suggest this to you. I'm going to suggest that yourself and the other inmates who went into the living unit were directed to bring the injured inmates out.
weren't directed.
That's my suggestion to you. You were directed to
No, he
bring
wasn't
the-
directed, sir. He wasn't directed by anyone. He just went off for your own free will. Bring them up.
I'm gonna
I
suggest.
can't hear you. Repeat that. You weren't directed. You were.
We went off our own free will.
Right, yes, we agreed that it was voluntary. You volunteered to go in. We agree with that. But you got directions from officers as well. Remember, you just answered that it was a collaborative effort, the rescue and recovery operation?
Yeah, come we bring out the individuals from in the building, the officers were downstairs.
Right, and they were directing, I want you to, because you see, you had an important role. You assisted. And so, you held the panel. When you tell the panel exactly what occurred, they weren't there, you were there. And
That's what I'm trying to do, sir.
Right, and I want you to recall as much as you can because it assists the panel.
Yeah, but presently certain questions you ask, I feel like if it's a vie, like if we're vying.
You feel what?
As if we're vying.
No, don't, you have to relax.
I don't understand what it means.
You feel as if I'm firing.
Vying, competing.
No, not on
Got
this.
certain questions you're asking.
No, I want you to relax and answer these questions. These questions are not trick questions, nor are these questions competing questions. These questions are meant to assist the tribunal.
That's what I'm trying to do, sir.
All right, so I will take it very slow because that is not the purpose of these questions. I want you to assist the tribunal. That's what I'm here for.